Okay, so you've seen the ads, I hate all annuities, really? It's like, I hate all restaurants, I hate all trucks, I hate all shoes. It makes as much sense. You know better than that. And I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're looking into qualified longevity annuity contracts, because you probably don't even know what they are. They're new. You thought you knew everything about annuities, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over what a qualified longevity annuity is. From here on in, I'm going to call it a QLAC because it's a lot easier, QLAC, which stands for Qualified Longevity Annuity Contract. But in this video, we're going to cover what it is, what it solves for, the history of this QLAC product, like how long ago did it come out. We're going to do benefits of it, limitations of it, how to get a quote, how to structure it, and at the very end, if you hang in there with me, I'm going to give something away that makes sense and you're going to want it, and I'm going to send it to you for free. All right, so you're sitting there in that really nice chair, right? And you're trying to say, do I even need a QLAC? I mean, my situation, Stan, explain to me, does this even fit? I mean, does a QLAC fit for what we're trying to do? I think bottom line, if you don't need future income, then you probably don't need a QLAC. If I said, if the income stream's covered forever and you don't need income, you don't need a QLAC. That's just pure and simple. Now, the majority of us are like, well, I might need some more income in the future, so tell me more, all right? So a QLAC is a deferred income annuity. It's a future pension product that is the pricing and the payouts primarily based on your life expectancy at the time you take the payment. Now, you can put a spouse or partner attached as a joint lifetime annuitant, meaning they get the payment as well for as long as they live. And you can use your traditional IRA assets, not a Roth, traditional IRAs, and some 401ks, but the majority of you out there that are watching this, I'm assuming that we're talking about your traditional IRA assets. So that's where a QLAC fits. Now, it solves for that future lifetime income stream you can't outlive, but it also can be a hedge against inflation because you have income starting at a future date, so you're having more income come in. That's a good thing, right? That's the reason most of you probably delayed your Social Security payments, because the longer you waited, the higher the payments, because your life expectancy is less. QLACs work exactly the same way. Now, just because you need to know, because I think it's a unique story, is where QLACs even started. The Department of Treasury and the IRS came together and put this product out and gave it their blessing, I guess, so that people can plan for future income in addition to Social Security guarantees, which is kind of the government saying, hey, tapping us on the shoulder, you might want to take some assets and earmark them for income. Now, what they've done is allowed you to put the lesser of 25% of your IRA assets or $130,000, whichever is less, into a QLAC. And if you have a traditional IRA, you can do that with your IRA. And if your spouse partner has a traditional IRA, they can do the same. And you can have them both paying joint. So that's, in essence, the product. Now, one of the carrots that they threw at it, which I think is pretty cool, but it's not the reason you should buy it, is that $130,000 or the 25% of the QLAC amount, whichever's less, that amount is not used in your required minimum distribution calculation. Now, for your youngsters out there that are in their early 60s, 50s, you're like, huh? For your 70-year-olds out there, or people that are approaching that 70 and a half, that's when the government taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, you're going to have to take money out of your IRA and start paying taxes on it. A QLAC can offset a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to guarantee you're going to have lower taxes, but it has the potential to, because that $130,000 amount, as an example, is not used as part of the required minimum distribution calculation. So that's a big deal for a lot of people. But I think the primary reason to buy it is for lifetime income stream. That's the benefit. Other benefits about the product would be it's very simple, it's transparent, it's easy to understand, there's no annual fees. It's really, in a perfect world, when it first came out in 2014, I'll tell you a great story. I'm in Chicago when it came out in 2014, and I'm speaking at a conference, and they finally introduced it. I literally locked myself in the room and started writing on the topic and researching. I thought it was the best idea ever, because there's so many people with traditional IRA assets out there And most people, the 10,000 baby boomers retiring every single day, they want future income, right? I mean, they're kind of done with the markets, well, at least a portion of their money. They want guarantees, you know? As my wife says, I don't really care how long you live, I just want to go see the girls, right? And when they have grandchildren, I want to go see the grandchildren. Well, a QLAC will allow you to put in that kind of legacy income for your spouse, so that can take place. That income stream is going to happen all day long. So limitations of it, I mean, every product has a limitation. It's very rigid. It's illiquid in most cases. Illiquid meaning that once you turn on the income stream, you can't get all your money back, right? It's the water's flowing, as they say in the South. Opportunity loss is one of the big things people say, well, I don't know if I want to put a QLAC because if I bought this mutual fund or if I bought this ETF or I bought this, you can't compare it like that. It's apples and oranges, okay? This is a pension. If you're going to make that comparison, then you have to throw in, well, the QLAC does pay for life regardless of how long I live, and I don't know the ROI until I die. So, you know, the limitations and the benefits kind of offset themselves. At the end of the day, you're going to be looking at a QLAC for lifetime income stream for you or you and your spouse and partner that you can never outlive as part of your income floor. Hey, I forgot to tell you one more limitation. It just hit me. Inherited IRAs can't be used for QLACs. Darn it, but it's just the way it is because it's, you know, those RMDs are already in play, right? Structuring a QLAC, you know, how you set it up is important. When you get a quote, go to stantheannuityman.com. We can quote all carriers and send you the highest contractual guarantees for your specific situation. Understand it's like a gallon of milk. It's a commodity. It's like buying a plane ticket. You just have to quote it every 7 to 10 days until you lock in the quote that you want to go with and then start the paperwork. I'll give you a great story about structuring. People always call me and they say, you know, Stan, we're interested in the QLAC. QLAC makes sense. You know, it's not all of our IRA money. We can structure it joint, etc. But you know, the guy I was talking to says, you keep saying joint life with cash refund is the best one because the evil annuity company doesn't keep the money and, you know, the beneficiaries get the lump sum if there's anything left over. I'm like, yeah, you know, most people go with that structure. His comment was, hey, you know, we got one child and unfortunately, you know, we're not in good communication with them and we're kind of on the outs of that. And, you know, we just want joint life only. And I said, that's fine. You know, again, customizable in their situation. You know, his comment was, hey, I've left some other stuff for them, you know, in case the relationship gets patched up. But for this asset, we're just going to go joint life only. And we're going to get the highest payout. And when our Learjet hits the mountain, it goes poof. And that was a good decision for him and his wife. And I was glad that they told me that detail, which means we got them the highest contractual guaranteed payout with the joint life only structure. And the joint life with cash refund didn't make as much sense. So once again, it's customizable and you have to be very, very upfront with me on how you want the money to work. So that's the way to structure a QLAC, and you just need to tell me your situation. All right, we went through a lot in this QLAC video, and it is a very good annuity for retirement. I think we can all agree upon that. But if you watch this video, I go over all of the best annuity types for retirement and what they solve for. I encourage you to watch that video. It will correlate nicely with what we covered here. Last thing, couple things. I want to send you my book, QLAC Owner's Manual. It's a quick read. I think it's 55, 60 pages. I'll send it to you for free in this really nice, shiny Willy Wonka gold foil package. Willy Wonka, the first movie, not the second movie, right, with Gene Wilder. Do you remember that? I've got a golden ticket. I'm not a singer, but we can all sing. But here's how you get it. If you go below this video, you'll see a description on Stan The Annuity Man. Underneath that, you'll see the words read more. Click read more. Underneath that drop down, you'll see where you can click a link to go and get the owner's manual. There, you're just going to fill in your shipping information. 7 to 10 days from now, this gold foil package will arrive at your door. And I hope you get a quote from us, read the book, and engage me if needed if you have any questions. But thanks for joining us. See you next time.